What's up, everybody? Shauna D Man here, and hope you guys are doing great. Welcome back to the Nerd Talk channel. Hope you guys had yourselves a great weekend. We are back with episode 3 review of A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, The Squire. And I promise you, this show, it just keeps getting better than the last. So, obviously, episode 3 really revolves around Egg, and we got some revelations on some things as well. So the episode opens up with Egg basically taking one of the horses, Thunder, out to basically practice. Because if you remember, at the end of well, towards the end of episode 2, when they were doing like the opening night jousting, we see Egg looking at the other squires and then looking at his hands and kind of like, it was kind of like Egg's gonna have to like be on top of his game to be able to help Sir Duncan out. So we see um, Egg take Thunder out and just basically practice. So meanwhile, as basically they finish up with the practicing, a guy with one eye walks up and just asks an Egg, "Who horse did you steal that from?" We come to learn this is a Sir Robin Ryingsling. Royingling, I think how you want to pronounce it. And we actually see what happened to his eye, because he speaks to Egg and says, "What happened to your hair?" And then Egg replies, "What happened to your eye?" Oh man, and we see a gnarly scene of Sir Robin lancing and basically getting his eye like poked out, and he's riding and his eye is like just hanging out. It was nuts. I was not expecting that. Oh my gosh. But obviously Dunk thinks today is the tournament, so he tries to get Egg to go fetch the armor, but today is only for high birth and renowned people. So this is basically not Dunk's time to do it or anything like that. And then we see the actress who was working on the shield. She makes her way through the town while Dunk is getting goose eggs, and it's a little funny interaction because it, the best way to remind me of, because there's a guy who's about to cut the head off a goose, thinking Dunk wants the goose. And Dunk's like, no, 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 goose eggs. And it reminded me of, I believe it was Rush Hour 2, where, where Chris Tucker's character is trying to a massage parlor in the movie and stuff like that, and it's this woman who has like a chicken and she's about to cut the head off. That's what it kind of reminded me of. Um, so the food looks good. They basically made themselves like a sandwich. They got some bread, some goose eggs, and some beef, and it actually looked really really good. I'm not gonna lie. And then they go to there's more jousting going on. They head to the arena, or not arena, but the jousting field. I guess I don't really know the proper name, what you would call it. And everybody's just having a ball, watching the jousting. A guy hands Dunk a drink. Dunk's like, yeah, sure, why not? Drinks it and he spits it out. Everybody just having a grand old time. Um, so we get um So we get a moment with Sir Duncan and um I forgot his name from episode 1, with the guy that we saw him with Baylor and Mariker, if I said that name right, in episode 2 and everything. So we seen him basically. He's, I guess you could say, he wants to rig this match, because he speaks to Dunk about unseating, what was his name? Let me see. Andro. So he kind of tells Dunk, "Hey, listen, the Lord Ashford has spent a lot of money on this tournament, and winter's coming, and it's gonna be a tough winter. There's not, we, our flocks have dwindled, and it's just been a lot from a financial standpoint. And Dunk thinks like, oh, I don't have any money, and you can see like Dunk's like being genuine and everything, but he's like, no, 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 I don't. It's not money. I want to reward you. I want you to unseath it. So if a challenger was to come and challenge Sir Andrew, because everybody's money will probably be on Sir Andrew, except a certain selection of people who would be backing Duncan. So they basically trying to rig a match. Is That's basically what's being discussed here. And so Dunk's definitely kind of like, you could tell he looks disrespected and insulted by the notion of that. And he's just like, just think about it. Let me know tomorrow. And we get joust. We hear a drum where there's more jousting being set up to come, and this is where we get Sir Aaron, if I said his name correctly, Sir Arian Bright Flame, one of the Targaryens. We saw him at the beginning of episode 2 last week, and he's up jousting. He's challenging. I don't know if it's like who he's just a random person or whatever, but um, it gets dark because Sir Aaron and this jouster, they line up and they go, and Aaron definitely like purposely misses, and then turns around. They turn around. They go again, and Duncan notices that Arian's lance is a little too low, and the lance impales the horse. And I was like, that is nuts. He purposely, and we kind of hear a little bit talk about it a little bit afterwards, but it looks like he purposely in, impaled the horse. Well, some people didn't like that. They a guy like throws like a rock or something at Sir Arian's head, and it just goes, and everybody's getting ready to like fight and everything. The guards come out to try to keep people at bay and stuff like that. And the shot ends with a guy coming to basically kill the horse because the horse was in pain and everything. And so it was a really, really gruesome scene for sure. Um, oh god, it was just like a gruesome scene. But one of the things we learn is so one of they come across a basically a fortune teller, and she tells Dunk, you know, you'll be richer than a Lannister and all this, but the fortune teller looks and talks to Egg, saying, "You shall be king." Let me see. So you shall be king and die in a hot fire, and worms shall feed upon your ashes, all who know you shall rejoice in your dying. And that is some dark stuff. Now obviously you probably, if you read the graphic novel and all that, you probably know who this character is. Now we find out at the end of the episode who this character is. But Egg um, goes to the puppet show, while Dunk has a drink with the squire that he met in episode 1. It gets a little, not it gets a little deep because the cousin definitely is like, yeah, he meant to do that. At least that's what he thinks. And he even talks about how there's like such a disdain for Targaryens. And so it's nuts. So meanwhile, Egg is watching the puppet show and everything. Obviously, everybody's having a good time. Um, However, Arian shows up, and everybody's kind of like looking around, like, "Uh oh, are we in trouble here or something like that?" Egg runs and gets Duncan. Now, at this point, we hear about how we've heard it a little bit before how Baylor's brother's kids are missing, and I mean, obviously there's Aaron, and then there is, let me see, I think it was. See if I can find where I saw it. It might be here. Oh yeah, no, yeah. Um, see, back up a little bit so I can find it. Cause I think, let's see, yeah. So, oh dang it, where is it at? It was like towards the end. It's like towards the end. Um, but anyway, so oh, here we go, here we go. So there's three sons. Um, there's his Baylor's brother. There's his heir Daron, and the youngest, and then also there's Sir Aaron. Um, which we actually saw them uh in episode one in the end, because the drunk that was like just laying flat out on the table was, I believe, to be uh Prince Prince Darren, and the youngest, as we come to find out, because Egg comes in, lets Duncan know that Aaron is hurting um Tanzil. I gotta remember. I gotta work on remember their names. Like, I'm very bad at pronouncing their names. Um, because I guess he was not a fan of the puppet show, and so like Dunk runs in, and we see that he snaps her finger, and it's just like, oh, it was like so gross. I did not like that. He snaps her finger. Duncan is enraged. He goes off and starts punching him. And then the guards come in, restrain him, and Prince Aaron's like, you knocked loose one of my teeth. Now you're gonna lose all yours. And just as they're getting ready to basically like curb stomp Dunk, Egg comes in, and that is a realization that the squire that has been around Dunk these past three episodes is one of the missing Targaryen princes. And so and the episode ends on the cliffhanger. Everybody's like looking around like, they're like, it's, I'm telling you, like this has gotten really good so far. I have watched some pretty good television the past couple of months with it, Welcome to Derry, and now House, or I'm sorry, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. This show is just so good, and I'm already excited to see what episode four brings. But other than that, that's relatively it. Really good episode. Just, it does a good job of continuing to just moving the story along. It's a simple plot. It doesn't need much. Um, so oh, sorry, sorry, I'm trying to do something. Yeah, it's a simple plot. It doesn't need much. Uh, I really enjoy it. I really enjoy this series so far. But that is relatively it, guys. If you're new to the channel, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button. You can also find me on Twitch, Kick, Rumble, the gaming channel, the Nerd Talks podcast on Spotify and Patreon. So definitely go and check those out for more and more content. But guys, thank you again for hanging out, and I will see you all in the next one. Y'all have a good one.